pioneer in crowdfunding in India. She runs Wishberry. They have funded 600 projects and raised more than 3 crore rupees so far. We have Paban Kumar, who made Lucia, completely crowdfunded. He raised more than 75 lakhs, and it's certainly the most successful crowdfunding project in India ever. He's remaking the film with Fox Star Studios in Hindi. Now we have Satish. Satish runs Catapult. Satish is
means is Fox.
another crowdfunding platform till now exclusively dedicated to films, and he has the distinction of running the most successful or largest crowdfunding project on a crowdfunding platform. That's Sarthak Das Gupta's Cutthroat. And we have Abhijit, who will tell you about the opportunities it brings in to the filmmakers. I will begin with Anshulika. Maybe you can tell us what generally, introduce the idea of crowdfunding and how it's relevant to documentary and short filmmakers primarily.
Okay, hi everyone. So I think let me just start with telling you guys what is crowdfunding. It's very simple. It is crowdfunding your film. That's it. And this concept is nothing new. The film of Amul, the what was it called? Manthan was crowdfunded after asking 2 rupees from some 2 lakh farmers back in that day. And so it's the concept is nothing old. It has been done, and and actually something that you guys do and you're not even aware of it because you're not doing it on an online platform. You do go to your friends and family to ask for funds for film to fund your film, and that's the behavior that we've got online through channels like Wishberry, Catapult, and all that. So that we can make the projection of your film better, the reach of your film better, as well as collection of payments better. So for example, if you have a short film or a documentary film and you need 5 lakhs, on a platform you can go and put up a link to what the project is all about, maybe put in a short teaser and showcase what is it that you're offering and make it exciting for a person to give money to you. And this way, it will go beyond just your family and friends. Even people on your Facebook page, friends of friends will see this and come and contribute. So that is, in a nutshell, what crowdfunding is. As far as shorts and documentaries are concerned, I think given that there is limited funding available for the sector, which is documentaries and short films, crowdfunding is probably the only alternative that is going to emerge in a big way in the coming few years as well. And the good thing is, because documentaries do not, I mean, there are big documentaries as well, but then the funding required for a 100 crore film is obviously not something that documentary filmmakers need. So in that sense, crowdfunding has reached a level where you can raise up to 10 lakhs, even 25 lakhs on platforms. So it is small, so it's doable as well. So I guess, that's why it's very important for documentary filmmakers and short films, and even more than feature films and fiction films, I would say.
That's a very apt introduction, Anshulika. Pawan, what you did, that in a way defines crowdfunding. Instead of, going to audiences after making the film, you reached out.
You're not able to hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. So Pawan, instead of taking his film after making it to the audiences, he reached out his audiences, asked for contribution. He asked, do you want this film to be made? Then contribute and own a part of it. So Pawan, if you can, just tell us a bit about your experience of funding Lucia, and, how did you take it to audiences in a different way after it was made?
So I have made 3 films before, which was 1 as a director and 2 other as a writer. So fairly my audience in Kannada, they were familiar with my work. So there was a sect of audience who had seen my films, the way I write, or the content that I was trying to tell my films through. So there was a small fan following. So when I said I'm going to make Lucia, which was quite different from our commercial scripts. So no studio or a producer would want to invest in such a film because it doesn't promise returns. But there is an audience who wants to watch that kind of a film. So we just told this audience that if you want this film to be made, then just pre-order a Blu-ray or pre-order a DVD or an online viewing, any of these options, and forget that you have given the money for about 6 to 8 months, and I'll make the film and give it to you. So that is on the note on which we started the whole film in Feb 2012. And we got 50 lakh by the audience who are from across the globe. Basically what's happened is young Kannada population is mostly the engineering population who are into software and coding. So they are spread across the world, mostly in US, UK and Australia. But staying there, they want to watch good Kannada films. So that is what led them to make this kind of an investment into making a film like this.
That's such an irony because he went to the crowd because no studio would have funded the film, and now he has sold the remake rights of the film in 3 languages to a prominent Hollywood Indian studio. That's a success of crowdfunding. How you can take risk with a project if you don't fund it in a conventional way, but you reach your audiences first, you convince your audiences first, and they are going to fund your film. I will come to Satish first. You have also funded, what kind of projects usually, come to you? Are they typical, projects which will be funded easily, or they are projects which have quite an amount of risk involved in them?
Sure. Thank you. I think when we launched Catapult, we have been focusing on specific creative projects, as Vikas rightly said. So we are focusing on movies and documentaries and short films. And I think the only thing which we started with crowdfunding, because we sincerely believe that, while on one hand India has its own share of big Bollywood blockbusters and big budget films, there's a whole new lot of talent which is yet to be discovered, and that talent is today making the short films and the documentaries, So we wanted to focus on that industry. We wanted to focus on building that ecosystem. We wanted those kind of talent and those kind of projects to reach out to the crowd and participate the crowd in making of those films, which is why we set up Catapult as a platform. Now, in terms of whether these projects involve risk, whether these projects are easy to crowdfund or difficult to crowdfund, I think obviously these projects involve risk. I think any visual project, any creative project involve risk, because no one can judge how the audience will take that project and whether that audience will make that project commercially successful or not successful. But I think what crowdfunding enables is a lot more participation even before the final product is ready. Because that is a critical part of crowdfunding, because you get a lot of feedback, you get people who then show a lot of trust in you, saying that, okay, we believe in your vision, and hence we are giving you a small amount of money even before you show us the film. I think that's what happened with Paban also. That there were people who believed in Paban's vision, even before seeing the film, even before understanding that what will Paban come out with, but they believed in this vision, and that itself creates a lot of momentum in the industry. Because today, let's assume that you have a documentary filmmaker, and if you are able to successfully crowdfund your documentary, even if there are about 500 people who fund you, I think then going to a studio or getting that documentary release, you are also building a lot of hype and a lot of marketing awareness on your film, and that's very critical. That's where crowdfunding actually helps. I mean, indeed, as per international research, it says that, when you're raising $1 through crowdfunding, you actually are raising $10, because the $9 is the value which you get to engage your audience, take money from them, take the feedback, and market your film without even spending a money. You actually are, so when you do crowdfunding, you actually market your documentary, and you actually ask people to fund you for that purpose. So it's the reverse marketing, which is a very interesting thing, and I think as a concept, it will only further grow.